here we are, waiting for Aaron to arrive in his Evo. It's a Lancer. Yeah. Good morning.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Finally, we get to do this car today.
Yes.
After like 5 weeks of trying to arrange it. Do you want to give me a quick tour? You've been to the car wash?
Yes. Mitsubishi Lancer X.
Okay.
1.6L.
In silver?
Yeah, silver. Yeah, that's about it. Got a nice sporty look. Good scratch job. Got some really great storage space as well.
16-inch alloys. This is all standard, right?
Yes, all standard.
Color-coded spoiler. It's in good condition.
Used it for 2 years now.
2 years, no hassles, no problems.
It's got the sensors, the camera. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice. What engine do you have? It's a 1.6.
1.6.
1.6. Can you open the bonnet? Standard alloys. Let's have a look. Because I think these come in a 2 litre and a 1.6. Oh wow. It's like literally as new but just dusty. 4-cylinder. Great.
Yep.
So let's go for a drive. And you've even got the paper towel.
You want to do a separate job?
Okay. Seatbelt on.
Seatbelt on.
And let's go for a drive. In the Mitsubishi
Lancer.
Lancer X. What year was it?
2016.
2016 1.6L. So immediately it's really spacious in here.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
I've got plenty of leg room at like 5'8". Headroom's good. Oh, you've got a sunroof.
Yes.
Ah. And it's definitely a comfortable 4-seater. Have you had many people in the back?
Not really.
But there's definitely space for 4 people comfortably, if not 5 in this.
Yes, 5 easily. I mean, it's pretty comfortable with 5. If it's 4, you can even bring down the thing in the center to hold. It's a holder, and it's pretty comfortable even with 5 people.
And the dashboard it's kind of self-explanatory. Yeah, what you need is here. Everything's centrally located, so AC, where your air's going to go, charging points, CD player.
Yeah, it's pretty old school.
Stereo. But it's what you need.
Yeah,
it's
what I
just
need.
What you
So
need,
it's
really.
fine. I mean, I have my a cord that connects to my phone,
Yeah.
so to play music, it's fine. The air condition, the charger, it's all there. So.
But it's much bigger than I thought it would be. From the outside, it looks like quite a small saloon. Oh, watch out! What's that? Oh. From the outside, it looks like quite a small saloon, but from the inside, it's like the TARDIS. It's really spacious.
Yeah, it is.
So how did you end up coming to buy a Lancer? What was the driving force behind the decision? And you bought this new, right?
Yes, it was brand new when I bought it. Actually, the main reason was I used to travel a lot by public transport.
Taxis, metro.
Taxis, metros, you know how it is.
Ubers.
Yeah, I used to commute by the metro
Right.
more frequently.
Right.
But then whenever you would get late for work or anything, you would end up taking a taxi, and then that costs a lot in Dubai.
Yeah.
So then basically, I mean, of course, once I realized I had, the capacity to get a car, I didn't want to get a second-hand car straight away. I wanted to get a brand new car because I've had friends who've had issues once they've got second-hand cars, and then I'd not want that hassle. I had a budget of around 40 to 50,000 dirhams,
which is enough, really.
which is
isn't it?
enough. Yeah,
Easy.
and of course I was going to take it on installments. That's just when I saw this amazing ad by Mitsubishi, and they said that the Lancer X, which at that point was in 2018 was a really good car. I knew many people who had it. You
Right.
see it on the road all the time. Everyone
Yeah.
had the Lancer,
Yeah.
very economical. I even sat in it before a friend had it, so I already had a feel of the car. And yeah, they had a really good deal. They were selling the 2016 model. When I bought it, it was 2018, brand new, with the spoiler in the back as well. So that's basically why I chose this car, because it fit my budget. It was perfect. Size is good, as you
Yeah.
mentioned, and that's basically it. There were other cars. I was confused with the Nissan Altima and the Sunny. I think the Sunny and the Mitsubishi were at the same price point. In fact, I think the Sunny was a bit cheaper than the Mitsubishi Lancer X, but it did not feel. The car did not look as good as the Mitsubishi Lancer. Also, the spoiler in the back really sold me, because
The spoiler on the back.
yeah, that it gives that kind of a sporty feel to the car. But also, a lot of people told me that the Mitsubishi as well, the resale value is better than the Nissan. Also, when it comes to parts, because the Lancer X at that point was such a common car, the parts would also not be an issue in case later on anything would happen.
Yeah.
But so far, touch wood, nothing's happened to the car in the last 2 years since I've been driving it.
So did you get does it come with a 100,000 kilometer warranty or 60,000 kilometer warranty?
100,000 covered by Mitsubishi.
100,000. And how many kilometers are you on now?
So I have finished almost 52. I've reached
52. So you're halfway
52,000, yeah.
through. And have they had to change anything at all, really? Like AC compressor or suspension arms, all that kind of thing?
Nothing really.
Nothing at all.
No.
So you take it there for just oil service and plugs, and that's it.
Yep.
So that's why you buy a Mitsubishi, isn't it? Really perfect.
Also, the car when I got the car, they put in a free camera. Also, there was some really interesting deals on the interest rates. So that's
So it just made it so appealing. And how much do you think you were spending on public transport a month?
I would say probably around 5 to 600.
500 to 600 dirhams
Yeah.
a month, and plus you've got.
That's without using the taxis.
Okay,
Just
so
on
in
metros.
total, how much do you think?
Probably around 800.
About 800, and that kind of matches the payments on this, I guess.
Yeah, that's very close to what I'm paying right now.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? Really.
Of course, I mean, then you add your fuel cost and your Salik cost, but then again,
They're marginal compared to
it's marginal. Plus the luxury, I mean, the convenience that you get
Yeah.
having your own car. It's
Well, it takes you where you want to go,
Yeah.
when you want to go there. I mean,
Exactly.
taxis are good, but ultimately
yeah.
you still have to wait for one, or not very long these days.
And the thing is, when you don't have your own car, or when you don't have your own transportation, you tend to stay close to the metro, so you automatically pay for that.
So your rent
on
is higher
residence.
because you're paying. Yeah,
Yes, but if you have a car, you can obviously stay in more remote areas in Dubai,
yeah.
which then you're saving up on that cost. So it works perfectly well.
Plus, you like to go into the mountains on the weekends, so you wake up and go hiking and do all sorts of things. Yeah.
I've taken this car to Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah so many times and never had any issues. In the summers, people have told me to not use the air conditioner a lot because of the heat, so not blast your AC.
Do not blast. That's when you need to blast the AC in the summer, isn't it? Really.
And I've gone to Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah in the summers, blasting my AC. With no issues with the car whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's been this car's been really good to me so far.
So what's your kind of verdict on the Lancer? Would you buy another one when this one reaches its warranty, or are you going to run this until it becomes a problem car?
So the thing is, I would recommend, if someone's recently getting their first car in Dubai, or if someone's looking for something on a budget, I would definitely recommend them to get the Lancer X, because of course the cost, it's very economical, it's very comfortable, it's spacious, so you basically get everything within a budget.
Yeah. So immediately, pulling away is no issue for a 1.6. And that's what's important, right? With traffic lights and everything else.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable. This is comfortable. This is what you want to drive home after a stressful day. A nice, soft, comfy seat. And the pickup's there,
Yeah.
and the car's just cruising along. It's not like rattling and shaking like older cars or smaller engine cars do. And it feels a lot like sailing a small boat along that lake.
But 120, 130 is totally fine. You won't even realize that,
Yeah.
that something is wrong with the car, that you're going too fast. It's very smooth.
Well, the brakes are good,
Yeah.
but you do have to use the throttle to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to hit
you have
really
to use
hard.
all the travel to get somewhere. So I can imagine, let's try the brakes are really good. I can imagine with 4 people and some luggage that the brakes are still good.
Yeah.
Well, what is there to say really? Spacious, comfortable, easy to drive. You know, the worst thing is when you're stuck in traffic and you know you're going to be there for a couple of hours and you have to stop, start.
That's
And in smaller cars, you tend to feel every mile is painful, or every couple of meters in the traffic is painful. But I think in this, you'd be quite comfortable, wouldn't you? Really?
Yeah, the car's very comfortable to drive, to sit in.
Yeah.
Even people sitting in the back have plenty of space for the leg room. Even the ones sitting in the center, it's pretty comfortable for them.
It's surprisingly so. So here's a speed bump, and
Well, that's because I have a lot of stuff.
what have you got in the
trunk.
boot?
The storage space as well is pretty good. You can pull down the 2 seats,
Yeah.
and you have ample of space for boxes, suitcases.
This drives really fine. You know, it's not pulling to the left, it's not pulling to the right. Obviously, you've owned it and driven it carefully, so we'll go slower over this speed bump. And the gearbox responds. I mean, you can't ask too much of it really, so it's a 1.6. So you're getting around town car and it will cruise comfortably on the motorway. You don't want to be going fast around corners though. It's a bit boaty in the corners, but it's an everyday built to a budget spec car, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I could easily see myself using one of these as a daily driver. I mean, I was looking at the Suzuki Swift, the Camry, or the Avalon. Just something which you can heap the miles on. It will take the wear and tear and still hold a lot of value. It means low range, and 2 and 3 are like for going up hills maybe.
Probably.
I don't think we're really going to be able to tell here. But I think on automatic gearboxes, that's what they used to be for, like low range gears. There's no way of really telling. There's no way of actually telling. We'll have to look on the spec sheet and find out what that means. That's quite interesting. You wouldn't expect in a affordable budget car to have 3 different gear modes other than drive. Normally you would just have drive, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It would just be drive. So I know on some older cars you'd get like a hill climb mode or a low range for going downhill. But I mean, normally you'd see that on 4x4s or SUVs. It's interesting that there's one here that they've included it. So we'll have to check out what that is. Brilliant little feature. Well, apart from that, the only thing I can say about this is that the vinyl wrap on the steering wheel is really just letting it slide down. It's a very small thing, it's not a big deal at all. But it looks like you've been wearing 5 or 6 rings and driving like that and rubbing the wrap off. Because normally you see like a line around the steering wheel where people have been wearing rings. But here it's literally gone where you've just been holding it like that. Is it parked outside a lot by any chance?
Yes, it is.
See, this is just enjoyable. It's easy smile on your face is that it's as affordable, as cheap a way to get into a semi-decent car, decent car as you like, really.